According to reports,
I will definitely drink another.
Alleged sexual act.
Time out. Anthony, spell Szechuan. Go.
SCH-1.
King of the castle. King of the castle.
I will hit you with that conversational sorcery.
I will punch you in the
Timmy Tums.
And Ryder Ostrich, you didn't know that?
They went a lot slower than I was expecting.
this episode of the Great Minds Drink Alike podcast is brought to you by
Space Horse.
Welcome to the Great Minds Drink Alike Show.
B-double-E-double-R-U-N.
Beer run.
Yo, yo, yo! Welcome to the Great Minds Drink Alike podcast. We thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
We've got a lot of excellent content for y'all, but first, let's get these introductions out of the way. My name is Gavin Spaceman Scooter, which is my name on Twitch.
Yo, and just so you know, it's a special day. He's back in front of the camera. Everybody give him a round of applause. About time.
I mean, it's been a while, guys, since I put my face in front of a camera.
Unfortunately for you guys.
Probably fortunately for you guys, quite frankly.
Just mean. Come on.
But yeah, Gavin.
You don't look that bad.
The hat really works for you.
Well, thanks, man. The backwards hat.
Yeah.
Gavin O'Gara, though, is my name.
That's right.
Follow me. All the great content is here. And then to my left, I've got Anthony, the main A-Train Bass.
The Spaceman Scooter. Can I take? I'm just gonna claim your name.
Nah.
No.
Come on. That's just rude.
That's rude.
I'm the spaceman.
Trademark.
Stop it.
It's trademark.
It's already been trademarked.
Stop it.
Way back when. I just thought of the game, by the way. But yeah, the Anthony the Game Bass. That's what I'm gonna go by from now on.
The game?
The game.
The
game time. Bass.
That would actually be like an awesome gamer tag. I'm sure it's taken.
Anthony the Game Time Bass. That sounds awesome.
It's either got to be the game or just game time. You can't the game time.
I don't know. I like the game time.
The game time doesn't flow.
No, it doesn't.
Speaking of not flowing, producing today.
Alejandro.
Technical difficulties. Luzon.
Alejandro. Technical difficulties. Luzon.
That's perfect.
Round of applause.
Round of applause.
First time sitting in the producer seat. We appreciate it over here.
I'm panicking.
It fits you so well.
No, it doesn't.
You're not on camera.
I know.
Burn. I'm just kidding.
No.
We miss you out here. We do. So, yo, guys, different drinks tonight.
Yeah, this is
drinks today. I should
so.
say.
This is lucky episode number 13, and it's also
or 14.
the
14.
Okay, 13.
Shut up, Alex. You get this wrong every week. Okay.
Now it's just I'm living in the future, right?
Right. I like it.
So, I'm not. Alex, you have. I was gonna say this sounds like a Hispanic name, but it's Scotch, so it's got to be Scottish. Is Scottish a language?
I don't know.
Scotch that's where it comes from? Wow, the more you know.
Literally,
Today
it
I
is
learned.
only Scotch if it comes from Scotland.
Damn.
That's by definition.
I just thought Scotch was
Like
Scotch.
bourbon's only from what, Kentucky, right?
There's more states than that. They
We're
make
learning.
bourbon in Tennessee.
I
And
thought that's just Tennessee whiskey.
some of it's still considered bourbon. I know it's more than
Tennessee
Kentucky.
whiskey.
But Chivas Regal, that's what we're rolling with.
We're changing it up, man.
So,
we're off
cheers.
the beer. We're going strong.
Yep.
Cheers.
Ching.
Promise you. And this wasn't all drink today, for the record. We're not alcoholics. Although this fifth is nearing the end,
It
we
gets better
kind
with
of
each sip.
busted this open a little bit. So you're not going to catch us on the Untapped app, obviously, whenever we're doing the hard liquors.
Yeah.
But, we do like to mix it up a little bit. Sometimes you just need something a little different than a beer.
Just change it up. Especially when you're
That's
full.
good.
Just got back from lunch, My stomach kind of hurts a little bit.
Right.
Right.
I don't want beer would just put me over the edge. But this is a nice touch on it.
Yeah, it's
The first
it's
sip was
refreshing.
brutal.
Yeah, a nice scotch every now and then. It's just nice.
3 or
As
4
far as
sips in, that
Scotch
was
goes,
way
this
better.
is good. I mean, it's pretty good.
Like
It's cheaper Scotch too.
Scotch or really even just a good sipping whiskey, dude. It's just nice sometimes.
Oh, well.
It doesn't sit with you hard. It just just relaxes everything.
Yeah.
Totally agree. I like a good sipping whiskey
I
as
don't
well.
typically just start sipping whiskey, but if I would.
But when you do,
you
drink Chivas Regal.
yes. But it's not bad. After a
Ooh.
couple of sips, it gets better. That's for sure.
Oh,
You think so?
The first one burnt. I'm not gonna lie. That one burnt.
It's not too bad. Well, what do you rate it then, man? I
No,
think
you
it was rough for me last week taking pretty more or less glorified shots of vodka. I mean,
Vodka
rating that
sucks.
was just stupid.
That was terrible.
I was
Um,
almost like mad at Joey
Yo,
for bringing vodka on
Right?
the show.
I'm like, what are we doing? We're just taking shots. This is our podcast now.
I'll-
This is brutal.
We introduced hard liquor to the show with vodka. I can understand if people hate us for that.
And where did Joey come up with that idea?
Dude,
I do.
Hotel on the name. and
Hotel Tango's a good. I like the whole veteran aspect of it and all. And we did have 2 veterans on the show.
it
So
was good,
It
but
worked. It matched, but it was tough. It was
I'm not a
tough.
vodka guy. I
Mm.
just don't like vodka.
Me
Well,
neither.
I feel like we'll get a better rating by the end of this podcast after a few more sips.
You're absolutely right.
I think I
Actually, I blew that. So, guys, we have made a decision that we are going to start rating at the end of the podcast. Actually, Anthony's suggestion, we think it's pretty solid because that gives us more time to kind of mull it over, and it forces you to watch the whole damn thing.
We know you're here just for our
Cliffhangers.
reviews.
Cliffhangers.
You care what we think. Cliffhangers, I like it. All right, so what do we got on the docket today?
Oh, we're talking about stuff now.
Are we
So,
talking about stuff? You
Well,
guys
we
got
do.
anything else you want to cover before we get into it?
pulling up? So turns out
Nope.
Jeff Bezos, turns out he's not that bad of a guy, and donated $2 billion to charities, which I mean that's chump change, I
nothing.
guess. Yeah.
To him, but that's a lot. That's a lot of money.
I think they're kind of starting their, what are they calling it? The Bezos Day One Fund. They're going to distribute that $2 billion to charities that already exist. I think mostly to support homeless families. Pretty cool. If you're Jeff Bezos, $2 billion. What's his net worth, Alex?
140 billion.
Oh.
Is
That's on Google.
I'll-
We looked it up not too long ago.
I'll-
Carly and I.
140?
Should I pull it up on here?
I'm guessing 140. Yeah, pull it up. Right around there, maybe more.
I mean, man, that's what a great idea. I actually just recently invested in some Amazon stock, dude. I don't think anyone's expecting that to go down anytime soon.
How much you invest? Oh, never mind.
Oh,
Oh, I was wrong.
holy shit! 163.
Let me get that point too.
billion.
You know what's crazy, dude, is that is almost all Amazon stock. So Amazon stock right now, I think you get a share. It's been fluctuating, but right around 2,000 is what one share of Amazon stock is. So that thing will raise like 50 to 80 bucks daily. You know what I'm saying? So when all of your money like that is in the stock, and especially when it's Amazon, which has went up over like every period that I looked at when we decided to get a little bit, his net worth can vary dramatically in a day. You know, like if one share drops, I don't know how many shares he has, but shares drop $100, he's losing millions that day.
Yeah.
But whenever it goes up like $100, he's gaining millions in a day.
But
It's just
millions
nuts.
is nothing to this guy. Like millions is cents.
Why make billions when you can make
Millions. I prefer millions of billions.
I would like trillions of millions of billions. I just want 1 million right now. That would be
bajillion.
dope.
Trillions of millions of billions. That's a lot.
It's a big number.
It's too much money.
But I think Bezos gets a lot of slack, especially from some hyper-liberal politicians. Like Bernie Sanders is bashing Disney CEO and Bezos all the time, talking about the living wage
They have too much money.
and how, they don't spread it around to the workers and whatnot. All that aside, it's cool to see him do something like this. Although, when you got $163 billion, coughing up $2 billion really ain't all that much.
Right. But
If I had
then-
$163 billion, I would give more of it away than $2 billion.
well,
I feel like I can definitively
I feel like
say
he'll
that.
give more away. You got to think down
No,
the road. Like
that's-
he's gonna give more, but $2 billion's a lot of money. Like who's
That's
gonna
just
say,
$2 billion
"Wow,
starting off.
Jeff,
He's gonna give a shit ton
what
to
a
charity
dick,
over the years. 'cause
Jeff? $2 billion, you
You
cheapskate."
cannot
Like,
spend 100.
Everything's relative.
I know. Really.
Yeah, you can't.
Just-
That's kind of my point. Like, give more of it away. You could give half of it
We're
away
looking
and
for
be
a
fine.
podcast home, if that means anything. So Jeff, reach
Yeah,
out.
Jeff, shout out.
I noticed that .2 sitting there just making your numbers
Honestly,
look way
looks
off.
really
Now,
weird.
We'll take that off your hands.
Decimals were so last century.
Oh god. Oh god.
Okay.
What would you do with that much money? $167 billion. What would be the go-to thing for you guys?
I would buy. Well, not buy. I would hire multiple people just to harass you all day.
Me personally?
Yeah,
Wow.
because I got fuck it money. That's why.
Wow. So if anybody comes knocking on my door, starts, hey, Anthony.
Sexually, would they molest him?
No, I would. Yeah,
They better.
I
not.
don't. I want to like hurt the guy's butt or anything like that. But
Damage has been done.
Maybe smack you around a little
but like
bit?
you know, just kind of bump into him every now and then. Just like a slight annoyance that he like slowly goes crazy.
This
Yeah.
from Alex. Shoulder check. Like, damn, what's that even mean?
Just constant shoulder checks.
Yeah,
he just pays people to follow you
just
around and
shoulder
shoulder
check
check
you.
you constantly.
How many would I
When
get in a day,
you're
you think?
driving, he just gets in front of you and brakes check you every now and then.
Dude, that'd be brutal.
Yeah, and you'd
That
be
would
you'd
be
be going
really
crazy.
mean.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like I'm really sitting on after you, but it's just the subtle things, and you're like, I can't take it.
That's the messed up thing too. I'd go crazy, and nobody would be like, "Why is Anthony always so angry?" But you don't get it. You don't get it. I get shoulder checked. You just got bumped. It's okay. No, it's all day.
Yeah, when
Dude,
you-
that's actually a pretty, like,
Have you thought about this before?
no, that actually just came
that's
to mind. but-
diabolical,
yeah.
dude.
You're evil.
That's what happens when you got fucking money, dude.
You start thinking of evil shit to do.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to like hurt the guy. I want to like make him start hurting himself.
That's so funny that was your go-to. How'd he get down?
Crap.
Buddy's
Guys,
joining us.
there's a beast.
There's a beast,
I blocked
buddy.
the stairs.
What's going on, bud?
What happened to that?
Guys, we have a guest. Sometimes we like to do things live.
Or Bubba. Up.
We should start doing some more live shows. It's kind of just an
So
aside.
this is
Say
Buddy.
hi, Bubba.
Aw.
Oh yes, your breath smells like cheese.
All right, that's enough of you, Buddy.
What would you do with $167 billion?
That is definitely fuck it money.
If you shoulder check me too, dude, I swear to God. I'm gonna go crazy.
Dude, I would literally pay people just to follow you. Or so, like, Alex and I would combine. There would be a guy that shoulder checks you. You would have to turn around to, like, watch the guy that just shoulder checked you. Like, why the fuck did he do that? And I would pay the guy that just held his fist out. So when you turn back around, he gave you.
Stop hitting yourself.
Yeah, it's a,
That's fucked up, man.
Oh.
That's terrible. I would pick up that I shouldn't turn around. I would start avoiding everybody. Literally just not trusting anybody.
Anthony just starts like living in the boonies. Like this, they'll never find
Probably
me.
do that for weeks, and as soon as I like decide to start trusting people again, I'll get shoulder pumped and punched again.
people would think he's crazy because he'd be walking around. Are you on the payroll?
Do you know?
Are you on the payroll?
Do you know, Gavin?
I would also pay another guy to shoot you with a super soaker after the guy punched you in the face.
Damn.
And like anytime you go to the store, I have some
Right
like,
in the
older
crotch, so
lady
it looked like you
to
peed
get
yourself.
behind you in the line
Damn.
and just judge whatever you buy. Like outspoken, like, oh, you're really getting those? There's a better product. Just like those comments.
Yeah, but I don't really go shopping.
I know you don't.
So you'd have to get Carly. You really want to drag her into this?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
But then
because now she's mad at you because I'm messing with you.
your friends suck.
at the end of the day, though, I would buy a big ass yacht sail all over the world, and like it would be a safe zone. Whenever you got on the yacht, you wouldn't be screwed.
Could I live on the yacht? Could I just decide to uproot and live on the yacht?
I mean,
Give me the yacht.
No,
you got
it's-
$167 billion. I'll keep it clean. Just give me the yacht.
Keep it clean.
I'll know that I just got to live on the yacht. I got to have everything I need. And when I got to go to the island or whatever, it's, war zone because I can't trust anybody. Everybody's ready to bump me as soon as I get off the boat.
yeah, as soon as we get off the island, it's going to be like, why'd you run into me, man? Just constantly. People punching their face. You want to be super soaked, man. And you'll be like, damn it.
Damn it.
The whole island's on the payroll.
I just need some groceries.
Oh god.
Yo, I would actually probably just start my rap career with that money. I would just go into the rap game.
Yeah, that's a waste of money.
You're never going to make a song better than Mike Stud Swish, though.
Oh, dude, I would hire Mike Stood Swish to come hang out with me. Be a part of my rap gang.
I like how it's like one word. Like, he doesn't have any other songs. So instead of, Mike Stud sings this song, it's just Mike Stud Swish. Like, that's him. It's the song. It's also him. Even you just said it. I would pay Mike Stud Swish to come hang out with me.
His name's Mike Stood
I
Swish.
mean, it's just one of those things. Like you hear Toto, you only think of one song. You think of Africa.
Damn,
it's
that's
still
gonna
not
be
the same, though.
I know.
It's not
Because
like...
people know Toto.
Right.
Right. They
Not
don't say
Mike Stud.
Toto Africa. They say Toto.
Yeah.
We say Mike Stood Swish. You don't even call him just Swish. Anthony the Swish. Nah, it didn't work out.
No, you're done.
Nope.
You know,
That's that
actually,
bad.
we're suing you for $163 billion.
Yeah, there
Is that what you would do with the money?
there goes
you
your
got?
fucking... There goes your fucking
Now
money.
you're just suing me for shit.
Yeah, Anthony said
I
something
can't
stupid.
win.
Dude.
I won't be able to. You guys.
No,
can
you
win.
don't want to go to the court. You just paid people off.
It's terrible.
I'd sue you myself.
Jeff Bezos, don't turn evil, and don't send anybody to bump me. I swear to God.
I swear to
And
God.
throw a little more than $2 billion in your fund.
And the point 2 will take.
All right, we ready to move on?
Yeah.
Everyone knows what we'll do with our fuck it money.
Yep.
All right. So we got teens hooked by vaping. Oh. FDA weighing a ban on flavored e-cigarette liquids.
Mm-hmm. Where? What do you? They're,
I don't know. It's the FDA, dude.
FDA, it'd be like a federal.
yeah.
So, FDA weighing a ban on flavored e-cigarette liquids. So I guess for teens, Like, what would the cutoff be? What's the article say?
Wouldn't it be like the same as
Oh,
cigarettes?
okay, hold on. All right. Can you guys read that
You
at all?
can't vape when you're under the age of, what, 18?
No, I think it's still 18.
Isn't it?
More than 2 million middle school, high school, and college teens use these battery-powered devices
Middle
to
school?
heat liquid-based nicotine into an inhalable vapor.
It's got to be easier, though.
Nearly 12% of high schools and 3% of middle school students use the device in the past 30 days.
Vaping is easier than smoking a cigarette. Cigarettes you got to dispose of something, and you have a pack of it, you know? Vaping,
I guess-
you could just...
I guess I just don't totally understand because it's already illegal for teens under 18 to get it.
I mean, crack down on it with them. I mean, but for the most part, they can't have it anyway.
Do you guys vape?
No.
Never.
Me neither. I've actually never vaped.
Never, ever.
I mean, I would.
He's like, if
you wanna
the
vape?
mood struck.
Sure, why not?
So I guess they're just talking about launching a campaign to try to stop it. I mean, there's no way they can ban vaping without banning cigarettes, I feel like.
So
That would be my opinion on it anyway. It doesn't make a lot of
everyone's seen
sense.
a middle schooler pick up a cigarette butt off the ground and try to smoke it, whatever's left.
Right.
Middle schoolers are disgusting.
They're idiots.
I don't know that I've seen that.
You have not seen that?
Middle school pick up like a one that's already out on the ground and
Yeah.
just try to smoke it. I don't know if I've seen that.
Yeah, those motherfuckers are weird.
That is kind of, but I'm kind of not a germaphobe, but that would be just too gross. I wouldn't do that. Have you ever done that?
Oh, so I guess they're talking about banning the flavors too. I just saw that. So they think that might be attractive.
So like some like some bad flavor, like coffee flavor. Like I don't do. Kids like coffee. I don't know. I didn't like coffee as a kid.
I didn't like coffee
I
either.
hated coffee as a kid.
Yeah, so coffee flavor.
I've always thought it smelled awesome.
Yeah.
I love coffee now.
Kids they're not capable of liking coffee. There's no way. I've never seen a kid that just liked coffee. I tried my mom's coffee once and I about puked.
I didn't even like iced tea.
I don't like iced tea
growing up.
now.
Like
Sweet tea is good.
non-sweet tea is just like, ugh.
I don't even like iced tea now.
I'm not a huge fan of iced tea, but you put some lemonade with that iced tea, and I will smash that.
Now you
Put
got
some
Arnold
alcohol in that.
Hey,
Arnold
now
Palmer?
I can drink that with
John
with
Daly?
anything.
Ooh.
You know John
That
Daly.
sounds
Ooh.
great.
Have you ever had it?
Mm-mm.
It's pretty fire, man. Actually, no, we had them when we went to the race. We went to the 500 this year, and they had those alcoholic Arnold Palmers. Remember? In that
The race was a rough weekend.
I didn't go to the race.
you weren't there, were you?
No, you guys didn't invite me.
That was
We had an
rough.
extra
Yeah,
ticket
you
too.
were
Made
invited.
it kind of messed
I
up.
had a
You
cookout.
chose-
I had a
oh,
cookout
yeah.
to go
I was gonna
to.
say you were invited. You just didn't want to hang
I had a
out with us.
cookout to go
Yeah, I was
to.
gonna say we had a free ticket that you blew.
But we're
My
going
brother
again
made
next week,
pork
or
butt.
next year.
Pork butt.
Yeah, it's a pork
butt,
booty.
dude, some pork butt is amazing.
Never had it.
They have.
Probably. I just never was like, here's your pork butt. And I was like, thanks. And just maybe at a cookout.
Yeah.
Probably at your house.
Probably. We've done it several
You
times.
guys eat
now.
pork butt a
Do
lot.
you guys smoke the pork butt?
Like it's in there like 6 to
Is
8
that
hours.
the only pork part that you smoked?
The butt.
I don't
and
know.
The PP.
I don't answer for my brother.
you have a
He can
pork
do what he
wiener?
wants.
Did you smoke a little bit of porky pipe?
Sure.
Take it out for dinner first.
I don't like where this
Before you
is
got
going.
up in that booty.
Never, dude.
Never. I treat them like all the same.
Treat him like my meat anyway.
Smoke a little.
Treat him like meat.
Smoke a little porky pipe before you smoke that ass.
Hey, that's the process.
This is just food, guys. I don't like where this is going.
All right,
Just asking about your food.
for those
I don't
viewers
like it.
for those viewers at home that are thinking this sounds enticing, that is illegal.
You heard it here
Alright.
first. So, what is the deal here then? Alternative. What do you guys think on that? What's
Drugs are bad.
drugs are bad.
Right.
Okay.
You think vaping's bad? What do you compare it to cigarette smoking?
From the research I've seen, I mean, it takes them years to really figure this shit out, but it does seem to be less negative. There's less negative health effects, I think, for vaping than there is for smoking. So as far
Still
as
addictive.
in
and all that.
in isolation, comparing
it?
the two, I think
It's still nicotine, dude.
Right? I don't know what that would. I just can't see that being. I don't even really want to start vaping because I don't know. It just doesn't seem cool.
Like it might be not
Stay in
as bad
school,
as
kids.
cigarettes, but you look like more of a douche.
Yeah, definitely. You look. I feel like it's like trashy.
yeah, you actually do. It's not nearly as. I'm not even gonna finish this statement. It's not nearly as cool as smoking.
You see people walking in, just walk it up.
Well, the thing
Like,
is,
dude,
like,
that guy. Come
People smoke because you're like, man, that guy's he's addicted to cigarettes. He's smoking because he's addicted to cigarettes. Guy with the vape is like, this dude thinks he's a dragon or some shit blowing out all that.
And they can
Dude, the guy with the
smoking.
vape, a good analogy would be like, the white guy that goes into the authentic Mexican restaurant when they give him the sauce. He's like, oh, you guys got anything less spicy? Like, that's the same guy that goes into the tobacco store. He's like, smoke is so rough.
Smoke is
Can
so
I have
smoky.
a vape?
You shouldn't smoke. That's that guy.
Yeah.
Fucking douche McGee.
Yeah,
Judging
yeah.
smokers
He's
with
talking
his
about
vape
how
in his
bad
hand.
smoking is for you as he's just vaping.
Yeah. If you vape, though, all the power to you. Just don't be a douche about it, all right?
Yeah, fuck you.
He's like, I'm a vegan. I voted for Ross Perot and Bernie Sanders, and smoking's bad for you, but vaping,
Like, that's...
it's good for the environment, putting water vapor in
It's
the air.
just water.
Yeah,
It's just water.
But it's not. It's not just water. It's death. It's death. It's addiction. And it's douchey.
Yeah.
But
You want-
not if you're...
You just
cool
want
about it.
addiction in your mouth? Big old diction?
You want a big old diction in your mouth?
Anthony, I feel like you're just saying this because you smoke the occasional cigarette. So
Yeah, but I'm less of a douche for that. Only when I drink. That's pretty douchey, too, actually. I'm no better.
sorry, buddy, your cord wasn't plugged all the way in.
Ah, it's all right.
Crab.
I hate to
think you
yank your
sounded fine.
chain, but
Okay, you could... Anyway.
all right,
No, but
let's
that's pretty
get
cool.
We
douchey.
moving on?
no more yanking. Let's move
No.
on.
Reggie.
Reggie.
Yo.
Boom, baby. It's Miller time.
What's this about? What's going on? So they're getting a mural. He's getting
Mural.
A larger-than-life downtown mural for Reggie Miller. Where's it going?
I don't know. It's going to be larger than life, so it's got to be.
It's going to
Pretty
be
open
so
area.
large that it's going to feature a 7-foot basketball and a 3-foot sweatband on the left wrist.
And they are sacrificing 8 people
Downtown
gonna say,
office
to
building.
take up the life
All the muralists are going to die,
just to get that up.
so it's larger than their lives.
Anything for you, Reggie?
She's going to begin her work on the depiction of the Basketball Hall of Famer this week. So
Oh.
I believe she would have already started.
How long do you think that'll take her?
Life.
Man, it seemed
Right.
like all those murals went up in L.A. of LeBron like so fast
bet they
because
go
they went
quick.
up and then people were defacing them and then more went up
back
and people
up.
defaced them. Like they went through that cycle. So it seems to me that you get the right guy.
Well, there's a
Get
lot of
them quick.
unemployed artists out in L.A., so.
Yo, where's it going to
Let's
be
be
going
real.
up at, though? What, does it have a...
It's got a picture of the office.
All
building
right,
here.
the complete mural will occupy a 60-foot by 15-foot windowless margin on the east side building, nicknamed the Michigan Street.
Mish.
The Mish
Because
Michigan?
it's like, is it Mick? Is it Mish? I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, though.
Don't shorten Michigan; it
It's-
confuses me.
It's
cool
gonna
to
be-
downtown seeing them work on that, actually.
It's
Yeah.
going to be
On
the
a
mural will
6-story
be
building.
visible to anyone traveling west on Michigan Street or north on Delaware Street.
Okay.
A popular route for fans after Pacers games at Pankers Life. Okay. 6-story building. Previously known as the Howe Hotel and the Michigan Hotel. A spot between. The building was shifted from a spot between Meridian and Pennsylvania Streets. I don't need to know the whole background of
Yeah.
the building. That's pretty cool, though.
That is pretty
It's cool.
Who decided on that?
Why did it take so long?
Right?
He's been retired for like 15
That's
years.
what I'm wondering. Who finally just decided to
Because
pull
he
the
didn't
trigger
bring
on
a
that?
championship, right?
He tried.
He
They
tried.
left his locker open for years after that.
Oh.
Like, they said that he would get a ring if we won, but
Oh.
didn't happen.
Damn.
They played an era with the Bulls and the Knicks and just never quite got there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, when you're stuck in an era with Michael Jordan, it kind of sucks. It's like being stuck in the NFL now with like the Patriots and shit. It
Right.
just doesn't
I
leave a lot
mean,
of breathing room for other people to
We,
have
we
dynasties.
did put a statue up of Peyton Manning.
He brought us one.
He brought us a championship.
Almost got us
during
two.
that- I know. But they weren't ready for that onside
How's
kick.
Luck looking this year?
I mean, he had a good first game.
Depends on how long they keep him alive.
All right.
They play the Redskins tomorrow,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so we'll
Gonna
see.
watch it.
We'll see how they do. I mean, man, they lost to freaking Cincinnati, and Cincinnati, by all accounts, at least by expert opinions, shouldn't be that good of a team this year. But they did beat the Ravens on Thursday night, so they're on 2 straight wins now.
Like I said, I mean, it's
How's the fantasy team?
it's the beginning of the season. All I know is the Browns aren't going to be good, and that's the only thing I can guarantee. And Patriots are probably going to go to a Super Bowl or some shit like that.
Right. It seems like every year that's a solid bet. I
All
don't
right.
know what the Vegas odds are on that, but it seems like good money almost every
I
time.
I think it's hilarious that the Browns had a chance to win a game for like first time in 2 years.
They
and the
died.
field goal get blocked.
Dude, Carly was so pissed. She's a Steelers fan.
Yeah.
She was like, they haven't died. Dude, I think they've beat the Browns for like years straight.
Yeah.
Like the Steelers always kick the Browns' ass, and then this was the first time that they really
They buy
had a shot in a
blocked
long
kick.
time. They died. Yeah.
Holy
died?
shit. That's terrible.
Oh, God.
So
It's-
yeah,
it's good, though.
Going up.
Fantasy team, though,
Oh, yeah.
got my ass kicked in the league that I won last year. I'm defending champion. Got my ass kicked in that league. Then in my other league, I kicked Colin Likas' ass. Shout out, Colin.
Shout out.
Get your ass whooped.
His name, for anyone that follows our pages, we had a picture. Colin's been on an episode for one. I forget which episode that was, like 5, something like that.
6.
Yeah.
6, 5 or 6. Subsequent to that,
You were just
we
guessing.
all went out together. I think it really was 5 or 6 though.
Yeah, I just said one higher
But-
than what it was.
Subsequent to that, we
course.
posted a picture on all of our social medias of a group picture of like Carly, I, Colin, and some of our friends right after we did the Pickled Peddler downtown. And Colin decided it would be a good idea to take a beer shower. So in the picture, you can find it on our Instagram or Facebook, whatever. Colin is shirtless, and he has a very moist looking crotch area.
He's glistening.
He first of all, he wore corduroy pants on a 90-degree day to pedal.
What
All
a
right?
douche.
You know,
What a
who
douche.
does that, right?
Did he bring his
But
vape?
long story short, I kicked his. Did he bring his vape? But I, we took that group picture and he didn't care then. Colin might have been a little inebriated, but we posted that picture and he had, it was actually beer, but it looked like he peed himself, and. I didn't even explain it in the
I
post.
spilled a beer on myself. That's what happened.
swear to God.
Long story short, though, his fantasy name based on that is now Corduroy Rain.
I like that actually. It's a cool
So,
name.
I kicked Corduroy Rain's ass last week.
Get the D.
Get to D.
Get the
That's right.
D. The pickle peddler sucked, dude. I don't ever want to do that again.
Really?
Yeah, I did it like 3 times back to back to back, 1 month. Honestly, I feel like everybody invited us, and by the time we got to that 3rd time, I stopped pedaling.
I've only done it one time, and the group I was with, like, immediately half of them get in the chairs that don't have pedals at all. It's like, are you motherfuckers?
Right.
For-
It's
for-
like a long day. I mean, especially if it's 90 plus, that's just hot.
Yeah.
And I sweat way too easy for that.
You
What I was
do.
going to say, though, real quick, before we continue, for anyone that doesn't know, the Pickled Peddler is a thing in downtown Indy. It's you can get them where they're partially motorized, but a bunch of people sit on this like big bike-looking contraption. where
Portable bar.
Yeah, it's like a portable bar where you're allowed to drink, and you have a driver
Just
that you
basically
pay to drive
drinks.
this thing, and you just drink and pedal.
It's
They
not-
drive you around downtown.
I would recommend doing it if you haven't. Maybe do it twice. 3 times back to back to back.
Yeah.
Wouldn't recommend it.
It's
You'll
not
lose your
that
taste.
fun.
It's not that fun.
It's
You
a
know
good
what?
experience, but don't make it a hobby.
You know what would be fun though? Just off topic, real quick. They have a hot air balloon thing on Thursdays. We can go up straight up. They don't let you like fly around or anything. You just go straight up pretty high, and you can like drink on there. It's only $17.
Dude, I'm
on
so weird.
Thursdays.
You're
Like,
like, no.
I'm scared of heights.
I wouldn't want to do that.
I would want to.
I'm scared of heights, man.
You are?
Yeah.
Really?
Like I'm not scared of heights that a lot of people like getting on a roof of a house doesn't bother me. I've jumped off a second story 100 times. I've it's like when you get to those real death-defying heights.
You jumped off a second story hundreds of times? That's a lot of times, dude.
A lot of times.
Spending a lot of
Dozens
times
of
on a
times.
roof.
I've done it a lot of times. I really
Did you
have
say
done
dozens
it a
or
lot of
hundreds?
times.
Dozens.
Oh, I thought you said hundreds. Oh, at least dozens?
I think I might have said hundreds.
You said hundreds, but I'm saying it's dozens.
It's not hundreds, not multiple. maybe
You just
800.
just jumping off people's roofs?
It used to be cool, man.
That's what you did for fun
Me
back
and my
then?
buddy Cody Utterback, we used to
Climb on
sneak
people's
out of
roofs?
the house and walk over to the high school just because we thought it was cool to walk around the high school at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Dude,
Genuinely did not do anything hood radish. You would think that we did,
Yeah.
but we just thought it was cool.
Sneaking out back
We'd
then
even
was
jump
awesome.
over the fence and get into the football field every once in a while. Sometimes they would leave the pole vaulting gear out, and we'd try to pole vault.
That
like,
would be
to anyone
cool.
watching, they're like, "What the hell are these 6th graders doing?"
Go home.
But yeah, we would jump out the second story window all the time.
We used
Dude,
to sneak
there
out
was a
of-
couple times we attached some sheets together and literally had like a
Just a
classic
straight-
looking contraption. You had to climb
the
back
sheet
in.
I
rope.
thought those were only in movies. You actually made one. That's awesome. Yeah, we used to sneak out of Jerry Santuza's house all the time, constantly, and we'd get caught almost every other time. It was fun days. back then.
I never snuck out. I was a sheltered, terrified of my parents' kid.
Yeah, fair. I was hardly home.
I just didn't want to disappoint them.
And what the hell are you gonna do? Sneak out and do in Timber Grove?
Right?
Walk over to Jordan's house?
And you know people are calling your
right.
parents because they see you running by. They're like, hey, that's little Luzon. Call his dad. He's not supposed to be out here.
I just sneak through the woods. I could go to the park.
Yeah.
You know,
You had an easy exit. If you went out back, you could just be gone and into.
I'd dip into the woods and never be seen again.
Oh, man. If we stayed at your house, I would have been like, let's go. Come on.
Actually, going to the park. Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about
That would
that.
have been cool. You had awesome access.
Yeah.
You had a huge park right next to you. That would have been cool as hell. You should have done that.
Why didn't you?
I was a good kid.
Do it now.
Yeah,
Just
you know
do it
what?
for
Just go
fun.
stay the night there
Yeah,
one night
I'm
and
actually.
sneak
I'm
out.
just gonna go to my parents' house. They're not even gonna know I'm fucking there.
He's like, I'm gonna sneak in and then sneak out.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's baller.
YOLO.
Don't.
As a matter of fact, I may make some food while I'm there.
Ooh.
Nothing like a little B&E with the family. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe before I leave,
I don't know what that
tell my
means.
mom that I still love her
Breaking
and
and
she's
entering.
awesome.
Oh, yeah, B&E. I
Yeah.
was thinking Baldwin and Lyons, but then I was like, that's not E.
No.
B&L.
Alex's employer, B&L, doing a little B&E on the B&L.
I sneak out of there too.
I'm doing a little B&E at the B&L on the DL.
Ooh. Whoa. Too many L's. You're taking too many L's there, bud.
Can I buy a vowel?
No. All right, we're
Oh.
moving on. We're moving on.
Go, Reggie.
So this is a little feel-good story we got
Yo,
going
scroll
on.
down real quick.
Yo,
Look at that sweater on this. I want that. I want that shirt.
Speaking of sweaters,
Oh. What a plug. What
Alex,
a plug.
you better bring it up.
all right. Shit.
Pew, 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 pew.
All
pour
right,
some
first
more?
of all,
Wait, do we have a
for those
link
that
yet?
are for those that are watching, you can see me and the A Train finally got some podcast shirts.
Yo. And they're dope.
But Alex is going to bring it up. RaiseCL.com. So Raise, Realize All Your Success, is
I
a
have a little bit more.
small independent clothing company owned by a good buddy of ours, Anthony Metzler. We need to get Metzler on the show.
We definitely do. I was thinking about that the other day.
I'll try to coordinate after our podcast here. I'll text him, see what's going on. Yeah, I'll take a little pour.
So
But Raise, it's just Realize All Your Success. It's a really cool idea that Metzler had, and he's trying to expand it. He's getting ever more gear on his website, and also it's pretty cool stuff, man.
They got
These
some
shirts
great
are
stuff.
comfortable.
These shirts are great.
They're
They look-
quality.
They're making
yeah,
me look
they-
amazing
They,
right
they
now.
are.
They
very
make me look like I kind of work out and I
quality.
don't, you know? I love
And-
it.
No.
They make you look fit. Don't even have to work out anymore. Get some Raise gear.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know, and a hat. Maybe his hats might work for me. I'm not a hat guy, but
Yeah,
I
you're
would
not
be a hat guy for him. Those sweatshirts, baller. I want a
sweatshirts
sweatshirt
are
with our
baller.
logo on it.
Yeah, all this stuff is nice.
We need to
would you
get
look
our
at it?
cartoon podcast logo on the
Yep.
shirt.
Yep.
But I've actually scrolling through that. I've got a lot of this stuff. I've got. Are you leaving a comment?
Nice.
Nice. Give him a thumbs up.
Oh, that first.
Oh, I gotta log
every
in.
time.
Never mind.
What are you
I'm
gonna
not
log
doing it.
in with?
It's like Facebook or some shit. I ain't doing that.
Yo,
I'll
and
do it
then,
Ain't
later.
nobody got time for that.
yo, I
We
got
don't
an
got
idea
time
to
for
spit
that.
out to the viewers. All right, respond, comment, whatever you got to do. Would you, for people that want to become a guest on our show, by the way, would you guys want a sticker made up for you? Would you even like that? Would that be cool? Something kind of like a nice little touch. If not, no big deal. We're never gonna make a sticker for you. But if you would, I think that'd be cool. I want my personal sticker. That's awesome.
Wait, I don't.
I don't.
I'm confused.
Are you
I
talking
brought
about
it up earlier, like having people if they come on as a guest.
like the cartoon
just
version?
doing like a little cartoon character for them. Like, hey, there you go. This is your cartoon sticker. Thanks for guest starring or guesting on our show. Just an idea.
Okay.
Spitballing ideas live. I don't care.
Kind of like the cartoons that we had.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Kind
Uh,
of like a part of the Great Minds Drink Alike little cartoon family.
Dude, it would be yeah. So it would be awesome if every time we ever had a guest, we did that and we kept one of the stickers, and then
Yeah.
like we had this big
That'd be pretty cool.
Make a mural.
mural?
a mural.
Make a mural.
You know, put them up, and he just no.
We'll make them
Piss
waterproof, and yeah, we'll put them in the bathroom.
We'll
right over here.
laminate them.
You guys can you can suck on
You
these.
can watch me pee. Wait, what?
Wah wah
Wah,
wah
wah,
wah
wah.
pee-wah.
No, we won't do that. But that's kind of cool. I like that idea actually.
But yeah,
we're
raise.
spitballing here,
Just,
Spitballing.
you know, raise.
guys. You never know what we're gonna talk about.
Nor do
All
we.
But yeah, go to Raise CL. They got some good gear, guys. Just check it out. Realize All Your Success is a really good message, I think. I mean, just do it. realize all your success. Sometimes just doing it gets you in trouble.
Right.
Like sometimes people say no, and you shouldn't just do it.
Right.
Exactly. But sometimes.
But realizing all your success is always a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like it.
Sometimes. But
all the time, some of the time.
Some of the time.
60% of the time.
Realize all your
Works every
success
time.
if you can.
All right, but this is kind of a feel-good story we got going on. 9/11 was earlier this week. Sad memory, but so what happened here is I know everyone's probably seen driving on the highway, veterans, firefighters.
Yep.
They'll put up American flags. Everyone honks their horn. I always like seeing it.
It's pretty cool.
I'm one of those guys. I honk my horn.
Could have a
all
bad
time.
day and you see that, and that's put a smile on your
But
face.
this one, firefighter, they had a big old flag, with cranes and everything up, hanging over this bridge, and a bald eagle decided, you know what, I'm going to visit this flag and just hang out by the bridge. So
That's pretty
this
dope.
is what happened, and
You
I
don't
know we
see
don't. I
bald
know we
eagles
don't have
often.
sound, but
You don't
you
get to
just
see bald eagles that often.
look at this little video. Firefighters talking here. He's going to go up, up.
And that's a part of their like American flag thing over the
Yeah,
bridge.
that's the crane is holding it up.
It's like he's watching over everybody.
Right. Just patriotic as fuck.
He is literally protecting liberty right now.
Mhm.
Yeah. Dude,
That is a
bald-
nice sweatshirt.
He
bald
landed
eagles are
there
so
like,
nice.
I
I
like
like that
what's going
sweatshirt.
on here. I do too, right?
But that is awesome. That's not every day you see something like that. Scroll up again, Alex. I want to keep going. Keep going. Stormy Daniels' revenge porn against Trump.
Oh.
What the hell is
Is that a Trump theme?
I think I've heard about. I think in her book she is like going into full detail about their.
Oh,
night-
it's not like a
night
porno. Like she's telling the story through porn.
That would
That
be
would've been
hilarious,
dope.
though. That would be hilarious.
Anthony's like, I would have watched that
I might
by
go-
myself in the bathroom
break.
at 2 in the morning.
Sorry, babe, my stomach hurts. Sneak into the bathroom real quick.
So that's why you always say your stomach hurts.
Getting some
Oh
stormy on
shit! Did
huh?
I say that out loud? No, my stomach never hurts. What are you guys talking about?
You got to have a little bit of magic the flappening.
I just need my phone, dude,
I
and a-
just need my phone.
and a place to sit.
I just need-
Admittedly,
Oh.
though, even when I really do go to the bathroom to poop, you got to take the phone.
I would bring my phone,
Yeah,
so it doesn't
I
look
like
weird.
I've left my phone in the bathroom a couple. Not in the bathroom, but like when I go in, you don't have your phone. You're like, I don't know what to do now.
Yeah, that little time would have been.
I don't know what to do.
Bathroom breaks tend to be a lot shorter without the phone.
Right?
I instinctually, when I pee anymore, just pull my phone out and look at it
Me too.
all the time.
I don't do that.
You ever take dick pics?
Never.
Me neither.
Not enough space on the camera.
Okay.
Oh, sure, there's not.
But really, that's
Camera doesn't
work. It's a feel good story for this week. It's just something
I
saw,
like it,
and I
dude.
smiled. Yeah,
This
it's
just
like
make you smile
it
right
just
there.
made me smile. I was like, yeah, I love
Honestly,
that's
just
awesome.
seeing the guys on the bridge this week when I was driving, I don't even think I was in a bad mood, but I wasn't in a great mood. Seeing them, I'm like, damn, that's encouraging.
it.
Because
It gives me hope for
it was
humanity.
every other bridge. It was like you saw them waving and honking and waving flags. I'm like, yeah, all right. I didn't honk, but I did feel good.
I actually I wasn't wearing my American flag hat. I'm like, shit, I need to put this on.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on. I'm like, yeah.
America.
America.
Didn't fit at all. I'm like in my work clothes, like dressed up all night, and hat just doesn't go with it. But I'm like, fuck it, America.
That's right. Sometimes you just gotta say.
The United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, moving on.
Dude, bald eagles though, they're so cool looking.
So I don't know if y'all heard, Serena Williams made the news recently.
Yep, heard about that.
So she had a little bit of a meltdown at the U.S. Open during one of her matches, and decided to go off on it.
It's
Was
not-
it referee or umpire?
The,
What
the
do they
ref,
call him
what are
to
they, the
tennis?
guy, the referee guy,
Yeah.
the guy that sits on that top,
Yeah,
looking like he's at the pool,
the king of the
looking
castle.
down
Yeah,
kids, making sure they
King of the
survive.
castle.
so tennis lifeguard basically.
Yeah, the lifeguard. Basically, that's let's call him that.
Sure.
That chair looks similar.
So-
But yeah, dude, she didn't just have a little bit. It was ongoing. She
So
kept going.
yeah, I mean, yeah, from my research, she got a point taken away because she received coaching when she wasn't allowed to, which
Right.
is kind of a stupid rule, but it is the rule. And then she wasn't happy, and then I believe she smashed her racket, which is another automatic point deduction. And then she got herself in trouble by calling the
A thief.
referee a thief and a cheater.
And she
and
lost like what'd she lose? It wasn't just a point. It was like a I think a
yeah,
match or something.
Yeah,
Or a game
Yeah,
or
just
whatever.
Keep scrolling down.
yeah, it's got details here.
Yeah, right here. Yo, she went on, And that girl she was playing was like one of her real big fans. Took away from the whole victory for her. She was
Yeah, I think-
crying
yeah.
when she got the trophy.
Yeah, Naomi Osaka. I believe she was the first Japanese woman to win this.
She's Japanese.
Yeah, it's Osaka, dude.
Sorry, I didn't know that. I didn't know that she was Japanese.
Yeah, but so yeah, she beat her. It was she's a young kind of up and coming star, and kind of detracted from what should be a beautiful moment.
She was crying while she got her trophy, dude.
I mean, that could have been tears of joy. You don't know.
No, she was hiding her face because everybody was booing her.
Oh, she was getting booed.
She was getting booed.
Oh, fuck people.
And then they were like actually
Can you
on
scroll
her
down a little bit?
I want that bald eagle
the
to
whole
claw their
time.
eyes
They
out.
were like people were like verbally assaulting or abusing. I don't know, attacking her via Twitter and all that good stuff too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like Serena accused the
She did end up
referee of
getting
being
a game penalty.
Yeah.
Well, you can't break your
Well, like I said, she
racket
it was
either
three
boys or
infractions.
girls. You can't do that.
Well, she was mad because she said that her coach wasn't coaching her, which the coach did admit. Yes, I did coach her afterwards.
And he also said that every coach does that, right? That's what he was saying. It's just something that everybody does, even though it's one of those rules that you're not supposed to do.
Right. I think the big thing that the reason, other than it was Serena Williams in a final, that it got so much traction even outside of the sports world was that she was saying officials officiate differently in these situations for women. And I think it even shows tennis great Billie Jean King kind of agreeing with her there. But whatever tennis governing body actually did issue a statement that admitting that it's something they need to work on, like afterwards.
Yeah, but her behavior is still not good. What they don't need to allow the female tennis players to go off like that, because they say male tennis players, they are allowed to argue more, and it's them being out smoking. Yeah,
I feel like
when
she
if
went
a
on
female
and on.
does, it comes off as kind of being hysterical or bitchy,
Well,
for
no,
lack of a
because
better term.
I don't agree with that, because I agree that it's just one of those deals where it sucks, but she went on and on. Like, I watched the video. It was like 5 minutes
she was definitely
long
out of line.
of her just nonstop.
She was out of line.
Going off on the guy and then calling him a thief and a cheater and saying he'll never do another match.
Yeah, demanding an apology.
He's been doing it for 30-plus years. This guy's a pro. He knows what he's freaking doing.
Everybody was harkening back to this like situation in a final that I think Federer had, where he did something or said something pretty insightful to the referee or the official, whatever the hell they're called, and didn't get anything for it. And he's probably the greatest tennis player of all time.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's not, it should be fair. But at the same time, I definitely think at the end of the day, she was out of line.
If you say something, that's one thing. But if you go on and on for 5+ minutes, and then at the end, finally, you get, she's already got a point taken. She broke her thing. She kept going in between.
Yeah,
and then she
a break.
kept,
Yeah,
it wasn't
like
just
that.
one thing. It was on and on for, I don't even know how long the match went, but to the point where she finally stopped saying stuff because she just lost 3 strikes, bro. She lost like a match or something. I don't remember what it was, but it was bigger than just a point.
And it said here too that ESPN like replays and shit confirms that whatever call initiated all this to begin with was correct.
Yeah, it was the correct call. But.
Right.
To me, at the end of the day, what I don't like is it should be even. It should be equal. Things should be officiated neutral,
Absolutely,
independent of sex. But don't use this. Isn't the time to bring it up. Like to me, for you to use the platform at this point, like. You owe somebody an apology or something.
I mean,
you were out of line. You were acting like a petulant toddler.
At the end of the day,
She told the
she
guy-
can complain all she wants about, oh, you treat the males differently than us. Well, you're not competing against the males. Your competitor right now has to obey the same rules that you do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a fair competition. So you could either talk about it afterwards, but right now she is on the same playing field as you.
And yeah, she wouldn't let up on that whole deal with that deal. And then she also was demanding that the lifeguard apologize to her. She said it over. You owe me an apology.
Yeah, I
owe me
love.
an
She goes, I am a mother. I will not lie.
Oh, God.
I'm like,
I would not. That's not.
It's
It's
like
an
that's-
inappropriate time to place that there.
You just throw that out there. I
He
guess.
didn't call you a liar. He didn't call you a cheater. He just said you were receiving. There was coaching going on.
You know what? You're right, Serena. Most of the male players don't yell at their lifeguard yelling,
father.
"I'm a mother. I'm a mother."
I'm a mother.
I think that would throw everybody for a loop. Wait a
Whoa.
second. Hold up. What's going on?
Give him her a point.
Deduction?
Yeah,
or
that-
give him a. I don't know what to do right now.
For me, at the end of the day, it's the timing of it that I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
You're take accountability. There's none here. Like it's there's something that you learn in I know it got brought up a lot in some of my psychology and organizational leadership classes over the years, but like internal locus of control and external locus of control. At the end of the day, you got to have some sort of accountability, and everything that happens to you in life in some fashion was a result of a decision that you made. And that's the part that you have to focus on, the part that you can control. Mm-hmm. And she, like I said before, I was acting like a petulant toddler more or less here, and then wants to flip the narrative and point fingers and say, well, this wasn't fair. Well, why didn't you talk about how it wasn't fair before the match? You only said it afterwards to flip the narrative of how you acted
and so it affected
under the
her
circumstances.
Yeah.
It's just the timing of it I don't like, and I don't think that sends a good message. It's not a good role model to point the finger and say this is why something happened. Point the finger at yourself first.
Especially, I mean, does have a history of kind of going off on the lifeguards there, so this ain't the first time she's kind of gone ballistic in a match.
You don't go off on the lifeguard and let you drown.
No.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Yo, what's
No
the
running.
Osaka? What's her first name?
Naomi Osaka.
Naomi Osaka.
Saki?
Shout out to her.
Saki?
Man. She held her. She was very mature about the whole situation. She held her own. She won.
Yeah.
And she was really humble and freaking cried at the end.
Despite all that sexism, she still managed to win.
Mm-hmm. Somehow.
They should have just let a guy win. You're both disqualified. Federer wins. Women's championship goes to Federer.
The lifeguards, he's like, you know what? I win. Give me the trophy.
Give me the trophy.
Give me the trophy.
He's like, I win. Sorry that I won, Serena.
Don't go breaking a paddle or a racket, I meant to say.
Ping pong, I get it.
Yeah, damn it.
Table tennis.
Table tennis. I'm the best.
All right. Well, that's going to kind of wrap up our articles.
We need to get some ratings. Yeah.
What do we think?
I'm liking it.
So to me, scale of 1 to 10, I'm a big Scotch fan. I'll lead with that. Scotch is nice. I think it's just really nice to you pour a little bit in a glass, kind of sip on it, and I just think it's good. I mean, it's an acquired taste. No, I made this comment last week. No hard liquor is great, but I've definitely had enough Scotch, I think, where I could put this on a scale. I would say a 1 for Scotch would be something like a Cutty Sark, which I actually like Cutty Sark, but it's just really cheap and kind of watered down. And I would say like a 10 is Johnny Walker Blue.
I know what that is.
So
that's great.
With this scale and my personal scale in mind set there, I would say that this is I give it an 8, dude. I think it's pretty good.
I like that you went that deep of an explanation right there because it helps my rating a little bit.
Yeah.
So I can kind of compare it to something. Johnny Walker
Blue.
Blue.
Really just knock it down from Johnny Walker Blue.
Johnny Walker Blue, go from there. Well, that's a 10. I love that. Hell, I still have the box. Just sitting up there.
We got that for you for your wedding present.
It was great. It was gone quick, but it was great.
It was gone real quick for a $200 bottle.
Thank you.
And there's I know there's better scotches out there that we just can't even afford to try.
That one has sentimental value to me, though. I like that one. It reminds me of
we should just refill
a happy time.
Start pouring scotch back in the bottle so you can just leave it out.
Just keep going using it.
You could convince people. We'll put Johnny Walker Red in there. And, we'll do a taste test. Like, man, do you think this tastes better? I guarantee people think it does.
Just placebo the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
It's not blue. It's red, you idiot.
Oh, yeah, this is way better.
It's red, you moron. That's a $30 scotch.
Hey, we should do that as a prank and put it on the podcast.
And just die laughing?
Take a little video
You
of it.
moron.
It was red the whole time.
We should get Joey. He's not hearing. He's probably not going to hear this.
Oh, yeah, and then we should have people just bump into him that he doesn't know.
Oh, my God, please.
And then get squirted right in the crotch.
Oh, my God.
Corduroy rain.
Corduroy rain.
Anyway, rating.
I'd give it a solid 7. I wouldn't give it necessarily an 8, but I liked it. I was at like a 3 when I first started drinking it. I knew I would start liking it more.
It's really smooth.
It gets smoother the more you drink it. The first couple of sips, gotta fight through. Ah, shit. 4-5, you're like, okay, come on, I got this. 6-7,
You
you're
look
like,
like
all
you're
right.
about to lose that fight, man.
I almost did.
Yeah.
I almost did.
He's basically
no.
saying that you gotta, with the Chivas, you gotta do a little bit of a rope-a-dope strategy.
Right. Well,
You gotta take your punches early.
Let it tire out.
Some people,
Let it tire out.
some people would put it down and be like, that's not for me. Just got to tire them out. You got to tire it out. Bam. 4 or 5. You're in round 8. You know what I mean?
Anthony's describing a one-way trip to alcoholism. You just gotta push through, man. Just keep drinking.
Do it. You're going to love it. I'm giving it a 7.
alcohol.
Look, I'm just I don't like.
I'm defeated.
I'm so great. No, but I know.
Pissed it out now.
Right on the
I
stickers.
don't drink that much whiskey because I don't usually push
Urinal.
through the first few sips. But I did today. Was kind of forced to. It's all good. I'm happier for it. A 7 to the 7s.
I'll give it a 7.5. Meet you guys right in the middle. I was thinking 7 or 8. So
All right. So Chivas Regal 7-5.
7.
Any closing thoughts, my friends?
Don't pick your nose in public.
don't put Twinkies on your pizza.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
TLC references, dude.
Chasing waterfalls.
All right, so I think that's about gonna do it.
I think
is
that's it,
not?
guys.
Well,
Episode
thanks for joining us
13.
for lucky number episode 13.
13 down.
And
Oh!
if you want to let us know anything, you tell us. If you want to be a guest, you invite yourself.
Yo,
But let us know first, obviously.
gonna be a guest with us. Don't worry, you can come on and cuss. We are not a PG channel. And if you come in, you can wear your flannel. I don't care. No. Great minds drink alike. All we do is go and party. We try to stay out of fights, but it's hard. I got a punchable face. Heard that one day I felt like a big disgrace. But what can I say about it? Great minds drink alike. We don't give a shit. Tune in next week for us.
Episode 14, cuz.
714 cuz. Show some love.